Well, hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee and today it's all about bread. It's a bread extravaganza. I have to bake for my market stand. So we're going to do white bread. We're going to do seeded and unseeded rye bread. And we may do a cheese or an onion bread. I already did a video on cheese bread. So we might do an onion bread. So let's get busy. And the first thing that I want to do, you're going to love this, friends. This is the easiest bread in the world to make. I'm telling you, it's easy. People think seeded rye. Oh my gosh, rye bread's so hard to make. It's easy. Just hang with me. First thing we're going to do, we got to heat our milk. This is our seeded rye. We need 2 cups of milk. And you don't want it screaming hot, but you want it about 110 degrees. So we're going to heat this up and we're going to keep a real close eye on it. And if you get it too hot, just stop what you're doing and let it cool. Okay, so this is going to go right over here. Middle burner. We're going to turn it up. While that's going, we are going to get our flour ready. Now, we're going to need 5 cups of regular flour. And bread, this is so forgiving. If you get a little too much flour in it, it isn't going to hurt nothing. Okay, there's my 5 cups of flour. Now I need 2 cups of I'm using dark rye flour. You can make the nice dark rye bread too. Just add a little molasses to it. We're not going to do that though. There's 1. There's 2 cups. Okay, put that aside. We're also going to do 3 teaspoons of salt. We're going to put it all in here. That's what's going to flavor our bread. And we're also going to do, in this, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of caraway seeds. I'm just dumping it all right on there. Perfect. Oh, I love that. I love caraway seed. I love caraway seed and fennel seed and all that in sausage. It's wonderful. Okay, so I'll be back. Just set this aside. You got all your flour, your seeds, and your salt all in there. So now all we got to do is wait for this milk to heat up to about 110 degrees, and I'll be back and we'll get busy with this. Okay, friends. So my milk has cooled down to about 110 degrees. I had about 115. I had a little too hot. I'm going to put it right in there. And to that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of yeast. I'm doubling this, by the way. The recipe I put in the description box, I'm only going to do 1 loaf. And we're going to do 2 tablespoons of sugar. Okay. We're also going to do 1/3 cup of oil in here. And we have to do 2 eggs. Okay. And our eggs. All right. We're going to give this a real good mix. All right, now we're just going to let that sit and proof, because we want to make sure that yeast is lively. And while we're doing that, I'll put my goodies away. Okay, friends, this is all proofed up beautiful. We need to add the rest of our goodies in here. So we're going to just pour that in there. You don't have to have it running or anything. Ew. Turn on low. Or you'll have flour all over your kitchen. And I've done that before. Alright. You can mix this by hand if you want. You're going to knead it for about 10 minutes. You can put it in a stand mixer like I'm doing to save my thumbs. And I'm going to let it incorporate until I don't see any more flour, and then I'm going to let it go for about 5 minutes to do the kneading for me. So when this is all done, I'll be back and I'll show you what we do next. Okay, friends, this is done. Look at how that is. It has cleaned that bowl beautifully. Perfect. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it into a ball. A nice ball. It's kneaded up beautifully. I don't need to knead it anymore except just to put it in a ball. Okay? Beautiful, soft dough. See how gorgeous that is? Alright, I got my bowl all oiled up. Flip that over. We're going to put a lid on that. And we're going to put it in this oven. There I go, being lazy again. On proof. And we're just going to let it proof. Right there in the oven. Okay, so now that we got... Goodness sakes. Now that we got the rye bread proofing in the oven, we got to wait for the milk to get the next one. We're going to do the Amish white bread. Easy, easy to do. Let me fix my camera. Okay, oops, we're going to dump this in here. 4 cups of water. I'm doubling mine, so I'll be making, this will make 4 loaves. A single batch, which I'll put that recipe in the description box. That will make 2 loaves for you. Okay, I need 2/3 cups of sugar. And then we're going to give that a mix. I'm going to need a 1/2 cup of oil in there. So I might as well just stick that in there and then mix it all up. All right. Okay, we're just going to let that proof. Okay, friends, that's frothed up and it's ready to go. So all we got to do is add our flour and our salt to this. I'm hoping I've got enough flour right here. So we're going to need 12 cups. There we go. There's my last one. Beautiful. And I might need to add some to it. I'm not sure yet. We're also going to do our salt. Okay. Beautiful. Start mixing it slow. Same with the other. Once this is incorporated, well, you can turn it up once you get started mixing it, and it's not going to fly all over the place. Then you can turn it up on 2. Don't ever mix your bread in your stand mixer higher than 2. You'll burn out your stand mixer really fast, and some of these babies are expensive. So it's going to go. I'm going to let this one mix until it's all incorporated. And then I'm going to let it go. I'm going to time it for 10 minutes because it needs to knead for 10 minutes. If you're going to knead this by hand, you're going to be kneading this to between 10 and 15 minutes. So I'll see you guys back here when this is all done. All right, friends. This is done. This is nice. I want that back on there. Okay, look at how nice. Look at how good that comes out. Beautiful. That's what you want. Okay, this is gorgeous dough. We're just going to roll this. Let's set this aside for a minute. We're just going to roll this up in a ball. Beautiful, soft dough. Look at that. Nice. Okay. It might be too big for this bowl, but it's going to double in size in here. We're going to put this in the oven and let that proof. We're going to do the unseeded rye bread, and then I believe we're going to do some onion bread. Caramelized onion bread. And I'll show you that too. Okay, friends, this is the unseeded rye bread. And of course, it's the same. You just don't add the caraway seeds. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons of our yeast. Okay. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of sugar. I got to fill my sugar bin. 2 tablespoons of sugar. That feeds the yeast and gives the bread a nice hint of sweet. It's wonderful. 2 eggs we're going to put in here. Thank you. And we're going to do a 1/3 cup of oil. Okay, I gotta check my milk over here. It's probably good and warm.
You got eggs on it.
I know. I put eggs in there.
Eggshell.
Oh, an eggshell? Oh, we'll get it out. Watch this. You use another eggshell.
See it?
Oh, I see it. See that? We got it.
You dribbled it everywhere.
That's all right. I'll clean that up. Okay, well, my milk is cooling off. I need my... We'll get the flour in here and everything ready to go. We need 5 cups. Okay, and we need 3 teaspoons of sugar. We already got 2 cups of rye flour in there, so that's all ready to go. You can leave this stuff aside because we're going to need most of that out for our onion bread. So we got yeast, sugar, oil, eggs in there. We got the milk cooling. We got salt, rye flour. We don't need caraway seeds. We're good. Okay, this is ready. 2 cups of milk is going in there. You're going to give that a mix. Give it a nice good mix. All right, now we just got to wait for that to proof so we know that yeast is alive and we didn't kill it. Okay, we'll be back as soon as that proofs. Okay, friends. This is all fluffed up, foam frothed up and ready to go. So I'm going to dump this all in here. And this is just going to be rye bread without the seeds. And once it gets mixed together, then you can go ahead and turn it up on 2. At least to where it won't start flying all over the kitchen. There we go. All right, friends, when that is done, it's going to, just like the first one, it's going to take a little bit to knead. Once it's all incorporated, I'll let it knead for 5 minutes, and I'll be back when this is done. Okay, friends, since we've got that over here, it's kneading in the pan, we're going to go ahead and I am going to cut up this onion for our onion bread because we need to caramelize this onion. Okay. I'm going to slice this real thin with my mandolin. Maybe. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, that's better on one. These will be nice. Okay, friends, that is finished. Beautiful again. Okay. Okay, we're going to spray this bowl real quick. Just a little bit of oil. We're going to get this in a bowl. Beautiful. Can't see me. Get it covered up. We're going to put it in the oven to proof. Okay. All right, now we got our onions ready to saute. We're going to start sauteing and caramelizing them. Okay, friends, I have got a couple tablespoons of oil in my pan here. And we're going to get that heated up so that we can start sauteing these onions. And we're not going to season them whatsoever. I'm also, while they're caramelizing, which is going to take, I want to say maybe 15 minutes on, medium low, 10-15 minutes. I'm going to cut up some green onions also to add to that, but we're not going to cook those. Okay, friends, I think this pan is hot enough to start cooking these. Beautiful. Break them all up in there before it gets too hot to touch. Gorgeous. I love onion bread. Garlic bread, all that. My family could make a meal out of bread. Okay. Let me rinse my hands off. And we're just going to let that cook. We're not going to keep it up high though. We want it on medium, so we're going to put it about 5. Okay, perfect. I might put a little bit of sugar in there because that helps them caramelize. I'll just do just a sprinkling. Because most generally bread will require a little bit of sugar for the yeast. So it'll be okay. All right. We're just going to let those cook. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to cut up some green onions. Okay. Okay, we're just going to leave those sit right there until we put them in the bread. Okay, friends, look at these beautiful onions. They are done. So, gorgeous. See that? We're just going to set them aside to cool off because those are going to go in our bread. All right, let's get going on the bread. Okay, friends, here we go. We got 1 tablespoon of yeast. It's going to go in there. I'll be able to put this away. This is the last of it. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of sugar. So it didn't hurt that I put a little bit in the onions. It's just a little tip. It helps them caramelize nicely. Okay, and we've got 1 1/4 cups of warm water. Now I'm just doing 1 loaf of this because this one is just for us to try. I've had onion buns before, but I've never made onion bread. And we're trying this because if it's good and we like it, I'm going to make more and sell it in the market stand. Okay, we're going to let that proof. Okay, friends, this is proofed enough. So we're going to need 1/4 cup of oil. Because remember, we've got oil in the onions. Now we're going to use 4 cups of flour. Okay, we may need more, so we're just going to leave that sit there. We're going to use 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Okay, now the pan is hot, but the onions are cooled down enough. We're going to put those in here. Beautiful. I don't want to waste any of them. Okay. And we're also going to put our green onions in here. Perfect. We're going to put this down and we're going to mix all this together. And this is going to need for about 5 to 8 minutes. So once this is all incorporated, then I'll set a timer and I'll just let that knead for me. Oh, and it smells wonderful. Okay, there it goes up on 2. I'm gonna let that knead, clean up my mess, and I'll be back when that's done. Okay, friends, this is ready to come out of there. I just need to spray my bowl with a little bit of oil. Now, I think this is going to need a little more attention because it's kind of a sticky dough and I don't think it's supposed to be. So, we're going to put just a little bit of flour down. See? It's in there. And it's sticky. So we're just going to put a little bit of flour right down here. We're going to bring that out of there. Okay. Okay, it doesn't need much. It's just a real soft dough. Beautiful. That's all it needed, just that little bit. Nice and soft. Oh, beautiful dough. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we're going to put it right in here. All right. Beautiful. And we're just going to set this on the back of the oven, under the light. That's going to have to rise for about another hour to double in size. Okay, friends, this is beautiful. It's all ready, even the white bread. So we'll get putting these in their pans. This is gorgeous. Okay, now you don't have to do this at home, but because this is for my market stand, let me turn you around here so you can see a little better. Because this is for my market stand, I like to weigh it to make sure it all weighs the same. Okay? There we go. Okay. So we can put that in there, this one in there, and it'll fill that all in. Okay, these are going to set over here. Okay, now we got this beautiful white bread. See that? I get all that out of there. Okay. All right, now. Oh, I gotta take just a little bit off him. Okay. Good enough. Now, we're going to do these in half. Beautiful. Okay. These two are nice loaves. Okay. No, I don't want that like that. I want them nice and smooth on top. So we're just going to knead this into shape. Okay. There's one all ready to go. And we don't want a caraway seed in there. I just form it into a loaf and it's good. Okay, let's see how much that weighs. I think that one's gonna need more. Yep. There we go. They're both exactly spot on. All right, don't want a caraway seed on there. I thought I got them all off the counter. There we go. Those can go. Beautiful. Look at those. Gorgeous. These can go over here. And we'll be covering these up with a towel. Okay, now that's ready. So this is the rye bread without seeds. Okay, we're just going to cut this in half because remember, this is 2 loaves. There we go. Good enough. All right, there's one already. No, there we go. All right, that's good. Perfect. I had to get another towel, cover those up, and then we just got to wait for the onion bread, and that's going to take about an hour. That's going to take the longest. So I'm going to set my oven to 350, and once it is heated up, I can start with the first one we made, the seeded rye. Okay, friends, I am ready to put my 2 seeded rye bread in the oven. Those still gotta rise a little more, but we're going to brush our seeded rye with an egg wash, okay? Just be careful not to deflate it. You don't have to do a whole lot, just carefully. Drag across there real careful, friends. Okay. Now, you could put some extra rye seeds on top of that, but take a look. There's already a lot in there. So we're just going to put this in the oven because this is going to bake for about 45 minutes. And I'll see you when we get ready to put the others in. Okay, friends, this has doubled in size enough to work with it. Because then it's got to rise in the pan for about another 45 minutes on top of that. So, we're just going to... Oh my gosh, that smells so good. All we did was let the air out of it, degas it, and shape it into a loaf. It only makes 1 loaf, but that is nice. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to brush this while it's flat with an egg wash, and I just made a mess. Okay, that's it. Now we're going to let that rise. Beautiful. Take a look. Isn't that gorgeous? The onions in there. Oh my gosh, it smells divine. Okay, we're going to put this over here with the rest and let it rise up again. Okay, friends. Look at all this bread. This is gorgeous. These are all white breads. This is our 4 loaves of rye bread, but only 2 are seeded. And then our beautiful, oh, smell that, our beautiful loaf of onion bread. Mm-hmm. I think this is going to be a complete success. You want to try it?
Yes.
Oh, yes, we'll see. We'll cut into this, and we'll see how nice that crumb looks in there. Oh, look at that, friends. Just look at that. And you can see the little chunks of onion all in there, all throughout. Beautiful. And on the outside, you can see it. Oh, I'm taking the schnitzel. I'll give you, look at how soft that is. That is some lovely bread, friends. And it's still warm, mister. I love warm bread. Beautiful. That smells divine. And that onion's caramelized, and it's just wonderful.
Look, it looks like it got to burn up.
You got to
burn. Hey, you got to burn up.
You're a hoot. I think we'll be able to make this for the market stand, and it'll be good, won't it?
Mm-hmm.
You like it?
Good flavor.
It's got good flavor. Yeah, those onions are good. Mmm.
Tastes like cider burger bread.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like sliders, but you know what? This would be good on with a burger, as a, you know, instead of the bun. Us poor folks use bread. This would make a nice bun. We should make onion buns. Those would be good. The onion buns you buy in the store, they just got onions on the top of them. They don't have it throughout like this does. This is wonderful. I think this would sell nicely.
Mm-hmm.
It would be good toasted. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. That's delicious. Mm-hmm. So, I'm not cutting into these because these are all for the market stand. But the onion bread's for us. That was an experiment to see how it would do. Whoops. Because I've never used that recipe before. My gosh, I love it. Mm-hmm. That is nice. Nice, nice. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We'll have to give Larry a piece of this to try.
He ain't home right now.
He'd like it. Our neighbor. All right, friends. I'm going to let my bread finish cooling and package it up for my market stand. Get it put out there. I will list all these recipes in the description box and try that onion. That caramelized onion bread is wonderful. You all have a wonderful day. Thanks for hanging out with us in the kitchen and our bread extravaganza. And we will see you in the next video. And as always, friends,
Thanks for watching.